What's very frustrating for me is that ES tends to be making a lot of moves, pre-market, aftermarket. Like this drop here is significant. This is a pretty big move. It's one of the biggest moves I've seen from 393 to 380. It's a 13-point move that it's done in a matter of 6-7 hours. So CPI was released. I don't even, you know what? Let's look and see what CPI. Trading. Oh, it's here. That was yesterday. Core inflation, previous, actual. Okay, so inflation is supposedly going down. I'm confused. I thought it was going to be released at 8:30. Why 7:30? Okay, so I guess that's good news. And Adam Mancini advised that 3885 had to hold on ES, and 3885 held. And now we're bouncing. And I believe the next target was 3936 or 3935, and then after that 3966, which I don't have anything here, which is because I didn't read his newsletter fully yesterday, only the beginning part, not the part with the levels. So let's drag this down. After 3966, what's next? 3980. Let's back it up a bit. I have that one, but let's just make this ratification. And then 4008. It's kind of an exact spot. It's curious. Okay. See, here's where sometimes I don't know where he gets his levels, and usually they're right on. All right. So unfortunately for me, the move came. See, here's where it would be lovely if I could trade futures. I could just put a buy limit just above 3885, expecting the spike down, initial spike down, get scoots up at 3885, and put my sell limit at 3936, and boom, sell at 3936. I don't have to worry about theta, delta, whether the market is open or not. Just in and out, done. I mean, I don't know how liquidity would work here. So anyways, what's the plan? Well, I would believe that 3936 should be support now, or 3935. I keep saying 3936. 3935. I'm going to move this down a little bit. Well, it is currently still resistance. We're not closing above it, so if we're able to close above it by the time the market opens, then I would assume that is going to be support, either that or this 3925, which I've had from before, or maybe this monthly, since we did close above it. That's the bullish plan, and then we'll target 3966, which I assume is like 392, but I chose 394 because I'm pretty sure. Let me go back to SPY. I'm pretty sure 392 is going to be very expensive, and it's so close, so I'm going to pick 394. Damn it. And I also got to figure out how to do these levels here. This one probably should go down a little bit more. There's a clear level here. I might just adjust this to here. Still don't know what this level is. This was yesterday's resistance, so this could be support today. If we can clear it, it looks like we are clearing it. This is my January 22 trend line. This, I think, is the next target. No. 3966 should be like 392. So the next target should be there. I gotta figure out where the equivalency of this is. The 3966 right above this point. Okay. So it's right here. I'm guessing somewhere there. I don't know. It's all a guess when it comes to translating the levels on ES to SPY. Why there's no algorithm or some sort of calculation that does it automatically, I'm sure it exists. I'm sure someone has it somewhere. I'm sure the big money people have it. It's just frustrating that we don't have it, the small retail traders. I mean, it shouldn't be that difficult. Wherever ES is now, subtract that amount to whatever SPY is now, and then each level gets adjusted accordingly based on that calculation. But I'll need an algorithm of some sort to do that. Another sleepless night. I don't know how much longer I can deal with this. What's the bearish plan? I didn't think of that. The bearish plan is, well, Adam Mancini says that 3885 has been tested significantly. It's possible it could bounce again, but there's a chance, it's a higher chance that it's going to fail and price will drop. The only thing I can think of is to look out for supply being formed and then a rejection at one of the levels for a possible indication to take this short. I mean, the CPI news was good, so I would think that there's no real justification for it to drop. But then again, these guys could be cooking up the numbers, and the fact that banks are failing and that the Feds just offered a bailout for these banks, which is, as far as I'm concerned, going to add to the inflation. So I'm not sure why these banks are failing, if it's incompetence or they made stupid risks. It's just frustrating that these guys get bailouts, but the average Joe like me, if we screw up, we mess up, we make a bad decision, we take a risk and it burns us, we pay for it. You pay for it. There's no bailouts for us. I mean, when COVID hit and all the gyms shut down and my clients lost their jobs, those occasional, what were they called, like stimulus checks, they were like a drop in the bucket compared to what I was making before COVID hit and the gyms shut down. Unemployment, food stamps, all of it. It was enough to barely keep your head above water. And the irony is, none of that was anyone's fault. At least none of the average Joe Schmoes like me that happened. Yet we suffered. Anyways, all right. So I gave my bullish plan, my bearish plan. Do I have any? I have no demands forming that I can see. Let's look at ES. It'll be clearer. Nope. Other than this resistance from yesterday that I've moved. And this, I think I moved this on SPY, but I didn't move it here. Actually, hold on. 3907, that was a major level before. I wonder why it isn't now. Okay, I'm gonna adjust it to yonder. And we're still pushing higher. So yeah, so 3936 should now be support. So I need to look for demand forming here for it to push a little bit higher. All right, yeah, that's pretty much the plan so far. I'm not thinking clearly. I'm exhausted, so I don't know how good I'm gonna trade today. Oh man. Okay, market's gonna open any moment, and it looks like we continue to keep pushing higher. It looks like 3936 is coming up any moment now, so I'm curious if I should just take this long now or wait to see if there's any kind of pullback, but I don't think there will be. My gut tells me there isn't going to be, but I may be wrong. But we'll go with the gut for now. Looks like the gut was wrong. $3966 is the next target, so we have a 20-point jump or a 20-point distance to cover for ES. Yep, that's not good. Although part of me is saying I should average down if it dips lower instead of just exiting. Problem is, it's such a large amount of my funds. If I'm wrong when I average down and it does continue to go down further, it's going to be a big loss. I believe 3966 is somewhere above, somewhere up here. So let's see where that would be. No. Oh boy, this thing's coming back down again. It looks like the bulls are having a lot of trouble bringing this back up. And if they don't close this above this point, they're going to end up creating a 15-minute supply. And I'm about to exit this position myself. That's some heavy selling volume coming in. Wow. I'm out at 59. Man, I think this thing got as high as 80. I guess I should just exited there and taken my 10 bucks. Anyways, so we're starting off the day with a $10 loss. And of course, as always, it turns around now. Maybe I should have averaged down after all. How typical, man. Just like clockwork, it will always turn against me up until I exit the position. Always. Then it will go forward. It is almost inevitable. I'm going to try one more time to get in. So if I had averaged down, I think initially I was in at 71. I probably would have averaged down to maybe like around 65 if I got in at 60, wherever I sold at 59, if I got in again at 59. Bulls are still struggling though to get this above. Yeah, I should have averaged down. If I did, instead of losing 10 bucks, I would be up about 20 bucks. Yeah, I was right. I should have averaged down. I was in at 71. If I could get in again at say 59 where I sold instead of selling, if I add another position, I think I would have averaged myself down to about 60. And right here, I could just sell and make 20 bucks, which I know was not much, but I just want to be positive for consistent days. And sadly, despite all of this rise, you've seen that this thing's been doing, I'm still in the negative. I got in like down here. We're up here, and it seems like every time it pushes higher, just for a moment, I'm even, and then when it drops, I go back to negative again. It's almost like the theta today is dialed up times 10. Anyways, I gotta deal with some other stuff for work, so I can't sit here and watch this for the whole time. Um, I can't believe that here we were at 80, and now it's, man, I hate this app. You can have a missed call, and you can check the missed call. You can click on the missed call, and it will still give you the alert that there's a missed call. You can close the app and restart the app again, and it will still give you the alert that it's on a missed call. Then there's this other program I have to use called My Case, which is just trash. There's so many trash programs yesterday. Meine Mitbewohner snores at night, so I put earplugs that I bought um, for the construction noise like a month or two ago, or no, like 6 months ago. And then I put the earplugs in my ear, but it turns out that the earplugs have like these long rubber stems that stick outside your ear. I don't know why. I guess they're worried that the earplugs might drop inside someone's ear and they need to be removed. But because of that long stem, if you lay in your pillow, if your head sinks into the pillow, the stems are so long that they hit the side of the pillow and it pushes the earplug around. Of course, if you lay on the side of your head or you lay on your side, you're a side sleeper, the stem pushes the earplugs into your ear deeper and kind of like bends, so it makes it more comfortable. And I don't know, I'm always amazed at how there's so many products and programs out there that are just designed in such a stupid, asinine way. And I want so much to look the person who thought this was a good idea in their eye and ask, are you special? Are you a special type of stupid? Because why would you do this? It makes no sense. So yeah, I need to take care of something for work, but we're finally dragging up, but it's just such a slow grind. And what's disappointing to me is by the time we make it to 3966, which is the next target, if this thing keeps bouncing up and down, grinding up and down with theta the way it is, I'll be lucky if I make $5 when it makes it there. I mean, remember, I got in at 70 down here. Down here. We've already gone up almost $1 in SPY, and I'm still in the negative. This is insane. You know what? Done. That's it. I should have exited when I was on break even. This is ridiculous. We're almost 15 minutes into the market open, and this option is basically going nowhere. I'm setting this to break even, and then I gotta take care of my work because this is just ridiculous. It's probably gonna go any moment, so screw it. Yep, go ahead. Come on down. It's gonna go down to my break even, and then it's going to rally. That's probably what is happening. I apologize. Everyone else who's in a trade right now, it's my fault the market isn't rallying. Wait till it sells. Wait till it comes down and sells at my sell limit. Then it would rally. There it is. There it is. Now you have permission to rally. It's gonna do it. Don't worry. It's gonna do it. I'll be back to show you when the rally occurs. Yep, I'm back. It went down as low as 63, 62, and is powering back up. So I put an alert just above VWAP that if this thing does pull back, um, I'll take an entry. But I bet you it won't pull back. Remember, I got in at 70. There it is. There it is. I guess the only choice I have when I take options is to not put a stop loss. Let it just run down as low as it runs, and then just take it from there. I mean, look, this 15-minute candle just started, but this one we got as low as 57, and that was about 9:34, so that was probably down here. Oh yeah, that's when I sold my first one. So yeah, so if I had averaged down and gotten in at 59 and just held, then I would be up about 40 bucks right now. Instead, I'm down like, I don't know, 14, 15 bucks today. So this is my last attempt to get in, and I'm not even going to put a stop loss at this point. I'm just going to let it run. I'm so fed up with this junk, man. If this alert gets hit, I'll sell, and that means I've lost about 40, 50 bucks. And look, there we go. We're already down. I bet you now that I'm in the long again, it's going to fall. So annoying, man. I can't even step away for a moment. What did I tell you? I got in here. Look at this big sell. Now I'm down almost 20 bucks. Almost 20 bucks. It is, look, you can't make this stuff up. Here's the video evidence. When I take a long, it instantly goes against me and it starts to fall. The market could be slowly rallying and somehow the price won't go up. But the moment I exit, the moment I put a stop loss and exit, it might go down a little bit more, but it will turn around and go in my favor. It is as though I am controlling the market. Watch this. I'm going to sell and take my $20 loss soon at 60, and then the market is going to turn around and go back up. So this will be all of my profits from yesterday gone and then some. Oh no, it's gonna hit. It's gonna hit. There it is. So now let's see. We are now on a big roll here. All the profits from yesterday are gone. Oh no, 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 no. I take that back. Even more. All the profits from yesterday and a little bit of profits from last week are gone. Now it'll turn around and turn back up. There it is. There it is. It is almost like clockwork. Like clockwork. You can't make this up. You can't. There it is. Well, I'm done. I can't do this. This is going to be a very short YouTube video. I've used up pretty much most of my account. I'm down, let's see what percentage. Let's just look. Just 13% of my account down today. 13% down. Meanwhile, everyone else who does futures would have already sold most of their positions at first resistance, maybe held a runner, and they don't have to worry about theta like I do, and they're good to go. They've made money. Adam and Sini and the rest of the future traders, they've all made money. Option traders like me, screwed. I mean, unless, of course, at the bell, I decided to take an in-the-money option. So let's say we started at 389. So let's say when the bell rung, I got in it. I decided to go in at 389. Then it would come down. I would be down probably 30 bucks, which I already lost today. And then let's say I got in at 300. Ooh, goody, I would have made 30 bucks, maybe 40 bucks, even if I used an in the money option. That's pretty sad. That is pretty sad. Unless I sold up here to make 60 bucks off of 300 bucks. Man, I don't have time for this kind of nonsense. This kind of trading is crap. A quick update. It finally pulled back down, and my alert that I had put before, the one that I said I would go ahead and sell if it gets to that point, turns out that's where I should have just gotten in for the day. My gut was wrong. I shouldn't have gone long at the bell. I should just waited for a pullback. And that pullback occurred right here at my January 22 trend line for SPY and at VWAP. So if I had gotten in down here at 45, well, I couldn't get in at 45, but 50, let's say a couple options at 50, I would already have been up around 30 bucks. So instead of losing 30, I could have made 30. And it's slowly going to grind its way up now. Maybe. Who knows? This market is so crappy with very little follow through and slow movements and such chop. I don't know. I hate trading in markets like this so much. I just want to point this out. It's just one of the reasons why I truly despise trading with options. I want to show you this. This is the 1 minute candle time frame. After the morning bell, we dip down just above VWAP to this spot right here. Okay? This is a clean 1 minute supply. This is at 934. At 934, the option goes down to $58. This is where I sold my first option at 59 for a loss. Okay? Then it chops around, goes up here, and comes back down and bounces just above VWAP. Notice though, this is at 389.98 and this is 390.37. That's not a small amount. This is not a small amount by any means. Despite that, the option here at 955 is now worth $47. So it's worth 10 cents or $10 less than what it was before, even though the price is almost 50 cents higher or 40 cents higher than what it was on SPY. I mean, come on, man. That is ridiculous. That is some theta implied volatility garbage nonsense right there. And it's gone. Now I can't get back into the long unless it dips back down again, which I doubt it will. And again, I'm starting to believe that this is the thing I hate about options also, is you can have such a significant drawdown on your entry. You can get in at 70 here, and you're now at 40 down here. The difference is very slight between here and here. But, I think every option I got in was like around 70, 60, something around there. So if I continued to be in my options from this morning and just kept drawing down, adding to the drawdown, I'll probably be around break even. Okay, I don't know what this means. Trade Brigade just posted on his Discord. Breadths are in sync across the board and solid reads. Does that mean bullish? Ads are way over correlated. Ticks are all positive. ES looking for the range to resolve to 3970 in these internals. Sellers not making it happen. Okay, I guess that's bullish then. So the only way I can get back in is if I choose a further strike out. So instead of 394, I choose 395, and I take a long here. But my worry is that I'm just gonna get in here, and as soon as I do, it's gonna turn around and go down against me, like it always does. But all I can do is try. Well, now that I'm in, let's look and see how fast this thing drops. You know what, whatever. I'm gonna put my sell at 20. If I lose 20 bucks, I lose 20 bucks. I can't. There it is. Yep, there it is. Like clockwork. You you can't make this stuff up, man. You really can't. I can understand if we made it to Adam Mancini's target of 3966, but we haven't even made it there yet. We're at 3951. I think we peaked at 3952. It's just amazing how every time I go long or short, doesn't matter what direction I pick, the price instantly, immediately turns against me. Incredible. Well, I have my stop loss there. I guess we're going to end up being at a $50 loss for the day when it goes down and sells because it's right about VWAP. So if this happens to fall and decides to bounce at VWAP again, then I'll be losing 50 bucks today. No, no, I had to come back. I just hit stop on the record button. Okay, look at there it is. Oh my god, dude. So far, this is one of the biggest. No, this one is the biggest. You know what? Let me take this back and go back to my 15. Okay, let's go to the 5. It looks like we just formed a supply here and it's being tested. Yep, that is the biggest red candle that has happened today. Courtesy of moi, you're welcome. That wouldn't have happened if I didn't go long. And I set my sell limit at 20. We're almost there. We're almost there. This has got to be one of the worst trading days I've had in a long time. Oh, and also, check this out. Created a 15-minute demand. Oh, 5-minute. This is a 5-minute demand here. And another 5-minute demand here. So a demand on top of another demand on top of the January 22 trend line on top of VWAP, and we're still chopping around and falling. So it looks like it should bounce here, but it won't. It won't. It's going to bounce right about to where my stop loss is, because remember, wherever I put my stop loss, generally around that point is when it would turn around. It might go slightly beyond my stop loss, but at some point it'll turn around, but never before my stop loss. Now it's contradicting what I just said, but I still believe this is going to fall. To think, my original plan, hold on, I gotta, oh my god, dude, I hate computers so much. Alright, I don't know what's going to happen with this, but I need to take care of something. Let's take a look again at the wonderful works of implied volatility. We got up to, at least, yeah, we got up to here just a moment ago, because this is on the 5 minute. And even though we got higher than where I had entered initially, or was it here that I entered, to be honest? I don't remember. I need to find out. 46, no, 45. Oh, wait, what time was that? 10:08. 10:08. Probably at the biggest peak. Yep, yep, right about here is where I got at this big peak here. And dipped down to here. And even though we got up to here, which is close to where we were up here, the price was lower than almost 15. No, price was about, I think it was up to 38. No, I don't think it made it that high. I don't know. I really don't know. But I'm about to exit right now because oh, I'm gonna move my stop loss higher. I'm really not in the mood to lose much more money today at this point. Yeah, I'm gonna exit here. That's it. I'm done for the day. This is gonna be a very short YouTube video. I'm just not in the mood. I'm exhausted. This is just garbage. This is just a choppy mess. I can't deal with this. I just can't. I'm done with Thinkorswim today. I just want to mention that I still have my Thinkorswim on my iPad, which is over here to my left, and I wasn't looking, but I did peek at it now, and there's been a strong 5 minute candle just popped up right now, or at least in the past couple minutes, and the option I initially came in at 394 that I got in at 71, 72, and then sold at 59, then got back in at 68, and then sold at like 40 something or whatever. That's the one I took the biggest hit, 33 bucks. It's now back at $70. I mean, granted, all of the moves that SPY's been doing today, this morning, for the past hour, basically is gone nowhere in terms of the options. But if I didn't sell any of my options, I would still be at break even. So I wouldn't have lost all this money. It's still ridiculous though that SPY started off. I don't feel like pulling. You know what? Let me look at my trading view. SPY started off this morning when the market opened, at least, because all the big moves happened before the market opened at 389. We're now at 391. And regardless of what option you pick, whatever call option you pick, you'll still be pretty much around the same spot if you held because of theta decay and implied volatility. And I'm confused about the implied volatility part because usually that, from what I understand, that's what hurts if we've just come out of a big drop and now it's starting to go up. But we didn't come out of a big drop. We've been chopping basically for the past few days. And we're just coming out of a big rally after CPI news. So I don't get it. I really don't. But here we are now. The option I just picked a moment ago, the one at 395 that I got in at like 45 bucks and then sold at 34 bucks for an $11 loss. That's now almost back to 45. Not quite there, but almost. So if I just held and just walked away and just trusted the system, and if I didn't care that I would be down 50% of my investment at one point, then I'll be back. Well, you know what? I don't even know for sure if I can say that we're even. It's taking so long to grind up that it's like theta decay is just working faster than the rally is what I'm saying. And I don't know. I don't know. This is just terrible trading conditions to me. So Adam Mancini just tweeted that we are now arriving at 3966 target. And this is the part that blows my mind. We're arriving at 3966 target on ES. In fact, we just almost got there by just 2 points. Okay? Yet, despite that, the 394 option that I got in this morning is still below $70. All right? So, meaning if I had held from this morning's position, and then if I had added it to my position with that 395 that I got in at 45 and held that one, I would still be in the negative. I wouldn't have lost as much money as I lost right here, but I would still be in the negative. So if ES fails to move beyond 3966 to the next level, if for some reason it drops lower here, you know what? Here's one thing though I've noticed about ES that I really despise, and I wish there was a stock I can trade that was highly liquid other than SPY, because SPY is based off of ES, or better yet, I can just simply trade futures. But sometimes it can take ES, especially in this market, the entire trading day just to move up like 5 or 6 or 10 points. So it wouldn't surprise me if by the end of the day, ES makes it to Adam's final target of whatever that might be. I think, well, let's look at his tweet. Let's read his tweet. Wait, I want to see what this person put. Oh no, I don't care what she says. Hold on. This lady, Elizabeth Warren, just tweeted, Fed Chair Powell's actions directly contributed to these banks' failure. For the Fed's inquiry to have credibility, Powell must recuse himself from this internal review. It's appropriate for the Vice Chair of Supervisor Barr to have the independency necessary to do his job. And this guy that I follow, Better Bachelor, printing trillions of dollars and causing rampant inflation caused the need to raise interest to cool the economy. Powell's actions are the result, not the cause. How are you in government and don't know this? Well, Joker would also say that Powell should never have printed those trillions of dollars to begin with. So, I mean, then he is to blame if that's the case. So, anyways, I'm sorry. Let's go to. Alright, we are arriving at today's 3966 target, and yes, today's action shows power of simple technicals to cut through CPI noise. 3885 was my support. Yes. What's next? Ideally can base decent resistance. Okay, 3966 he says a decent resistance. Ideally can base then push to 3980. 4008 next. So 3935 remains support. So I was right about 3935 being support. And it makes me think I should have on ES. Oh my god, here's ES, sorry. The bell rung here. Yeah. But you know what? No. I was gonna say I should have just waited for a retest of 3935 to go long. But as I mentioned in the previous video, this test on SPY, because let's look at SPY. SPY, we dipped down to here. And the option that I got into this morning was worth like 50 something dollars, $58 here. But then was worth $47 here. And then was worth like $30 here. So, and it's still grinding up. It's still grinding up. And again, if I had kept my original option, I got it at 75 and the other one at 45, I would still be only at break even. Still only at break even. And that's what I said earlier in the morning. I said that I don't know what's going on with the option, but it seems theta decay is working faster than the price action is, or they're about both equal, nullifying each other, to the point where this grind up from here at 3985 to here would just still make you break even. Or better yet, you'll be under. So I don't know. I'm curious if I had chosen a closer strike. But the drawdown would make me want to leave anyways. So I don't know. I mean, this is just too much talking for the fact that I've lost so much money today. So enough. Okay. Well, I guess it's officially happened. Probably can't see it here, but ES has finally pushed and SPY has finally pushed high enough where I would be in the profits now. Jesus Christ, man. My phone case and my phone are so old that I have tape keeping the battery, keeping my. I just buy a new phone case, period. Or just put another tape on here. Yep, it's finally moved up now where I would be break even in a 395 option, and I would be up a whopping like maybe $5 or $6. Just like I had said before, I had mentioned this morning. I had said that at the rate this thing is climbing, by the time I reach 3966, this price reach 3966, I'll be lucky if I'm up maybe a few dollars in profits. I don't think I've ever seen options drag this slow before. Wow. But there it is. At, at, at the very least, instead of being down 33 to $44 today, instead of being down $44 plus the commission of each trade I took, I would instead be at least at break even or slightly positive. Like I said, I would much rather be positive a dollar every day than to be losing massive amounts of money. So yeah, this is definitely not a good day. I'm beyond upset. I'm exhausted, sleepy, and my head's pounding, and this is just a wonderful way to start the day. I actually didn't mention that I did this, but earlier this morning, I had tweeted a response to Adam Mancini's one of his tweets stating that I wished I traded futures because I find options so frustrating because of the implied volatility and the theta decay and whatever, and how a lot of actions occur before the market even opens. And Adam responded saying, yes, I prefer futures for this reason. When I did trade options, I bought plenty of time though, always 3 days out minimum, usually a week. No clue how people trade ODT options. I certainly couldn't profit trading those, which is what I'm doing. I'll respond to this tweet later because I need to be careful how I respond. I wanted to mention to him that I'm trying a new strategy, MK strategy, but in reality, I don't I don't think MK strategy would have worked here. We did form a 5 minute supply. I mean, sorry, demand. Uh, Let me see if I can. Sorry. Where is it here? Okay. Let's. Which one is these? I hate how they both say S&P. S&P 500. Just say spider. There it is. Okay. Um. Sorry, I got distracted by something. Is it this one? Yes. Let's go to a 5 minute. Okay, I know MK strategy relies on trading view. I mean, thinkorswim, not trading view, but let's just use this here. First of all, his strategy means that we wouldn't have been able to trade until 10:30. So, yeah, I don't know. I really would like to know if MK's crew made any money today so far. Um, Sorry, I'm getting distracted again. But if I chose to do it here, the retest here, I could have gotten back in. So, no, you know what? I could have done it. MK strategy would have worked if I didn't wait till 10:30. Here, the amount was, I think, 47 for the 3945 call, and here it got up to about 75. So it would have worked from here to here. You would have made 30 bucks off of one option. Obviously 300 off of 10. But this demand formed here. This wasn't much of a retest, but this demand formed here and was retested not once but twice before we went to our rally. So yeah, and it looks like this previous resistance is now acting as support, and it's still early today, so this could just rally for the rest of the day. Anyways, okay, I'm reopening Thinkorswim because I think it's necessary to review my mistakes for the day. I started off going long, which was a mistake. What I should have done was plan to take ES long if there was a retest of 3935, which we didn't quite get there, but we got to 3936, which actually was my initial point. I think I'm gonna, oh, I did figure out I can do undo trend here. Oh my god, okay, undo trend. Let's try moving it way over here. Okay, 3936. Let's put this back to, no, let's keep it on a 1 minute. So we had a initial sell-off here. But even if I had gotten in down here, right, at 40, no, the initial contract was 3934. I want to go back to that one. There. This drawdown, this not drawdown, but this drop was at 3 minutes in. Okay. So there. And you can see we got even lower, but for some reason, I don't know, it's just not following. Hold on. This is at 934. There it is. So this is at 934. Okay. I don't know what this first one is. We dropped down to 58, which is where I sold my first option when I got in at like 75 or 74 or something. So that was my first hit. I tried again. I forget when. It doesn't really matter. But I tried getting back in again, and it really drew down big time. And then I sold for an even bigger loss. It looks like 40 is the lowest. 43 is the lowest that this option had gotten to, but it did it at 1010, which wasn't until here, which makes no sense, being that this is, let me just open it to when we first opened for the day, 9:30. Okay, 1010 is way up here, and yet somehow the option is lower here than anywhere else. This came close here at this spot. If I try and look for a 15-minute supply or demand anywhere, nothing. If I try the 5-minute, which is NK's actual strategy, this formed. A very clean supply and demand, a very clean demand formed here. This demand formed shortly after the market opened, so I could have retested that one at 955 here, gotten in at 50. I want you to keep in mind though that the highest this thing ever got was 90. Still, if I was able to get in here and take this long, this would have helped. Or if I simply held all of my positions and just sold when we reached our first target, we did get beyond 3966, which means, so the fact that we are now bouncing at 3966 means that this is probably going to base and then charge up further up later on in the day. Of course, the longer it takes to do that, the more value will be lost from the option because it's on the day of expiration. So as I mentioned, Adam Mancini tweeted that he won't use the on the day of expiration. He will go at least 3 days out. So let's say we did do that. Let's say we chose the Friday expiration. That's the 17th. And let's say we chose the 395 strike. and we did the same thing we did today. Let's say we went in shortly after the bell. Hey, let's say we got at 200. Now you're down 30 bucks, which doesn't seem like that big a deal, but there's no real profit. Now you're down $40, $50. And then by the time it gets, and this is the thing I don't like about using options that are further out in time, although theta doesn't affect you as greatly, what, in other words, if the price goes down, you don't risk losing as much money as you would if it was on the day of expiration. The flip side of that is your profits aren't going to be as great. So let's say you got in at 200 and you decided to sell once we hit our 3966 target, which was, let's say you sold here at 1110. So 1110, you decide to sell, what, $11, $12 profit. Even if you held a little bit longer, $30 profit off of a $200 investment. That's the thing. But granted, yes, this may go up even higher today. And of course, if you had a good amount of funds and you scalped and you went, instead of 200, you did 2,000, you bought 10 options, yeah, you could have made 300 bucks off that $2,000, which isn't bad, but you would also be down $400 here, you know? So if you'd be willing to live with that kind of a drawdown, to be down 400 and then up 300 later, I don't know. I mean, if I was filthy rich, I can do it. I wouldn't care. This would just be like a game, a video game. But when the money's on the line, man. So, what else did I wanted to do? Uh, yeah, I pretty much just wanted to do that to show what it would look like if I used a further out expiration compared to the ODTE expiration. But I mean, I would prefer using a further out expiration. I would. Because like I said, even if I only made a small profit, I would rather consistent profits. But my concern is, would I have been compelled to exit my position when the inevitable drawdown would have occurred today here? I don't know. Um, this is pretty choppy to me, really. I mean, it looks pretty clear cut here, you know, but again, that's if you were trading futures, and I don't know how to trade futures. I really need to look into it. I can't help but think if I did, if I knew how to trade futures, this would be a much easier time trading. But I'm not quite sure how it works, so I need to really look into it and see. All right, I just wanted to point out this asinine contradiction here between the call and the put. All right, market opened here, okay, here. So from here on a 15-minute candle, it's very choppy, but we're clearly rising, right? Whereas on the 394, you know what? You know what I'll do? I'm going to choose a 390 call. And this is the one that I had mentioned that you can get in maybe at 200. No, actually that was 391. Or was it 389? So still, look, chop, chop, chop. Then it finally comes up, drops down quickly, losing probably about $100 worth of value, and then comes back up again. So at its peak, 373, at the low, 209. Even though this rise occurred, right? Now, let's look at the 390 put. Chop, 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 but a clear drop in value. Clear drop, and then a clear and succinct rise, followed by more chop. And remember, Adam Mancini said that 3966 was our target. And I didn't adjust it here on my thinkorswim. Sorry, not thinking. Sorry, I'm exhausted as usual. But we did peak just slightly above with a high of 3972. And Adam did mention that this is going to be a strong resistance in his tweet. And sure enough, that's what we got, a nice sell-off. So if I wanted to stick to my strategy, I don't know if it would have worked. This is not a very clean looking 15-minute demand. Although I didn't think of 30. Let's see how the 30 looks. Okay. That is a very clean 30-minute demand. You know what? I'm going to adjust this here. 3968. It's a very clean 30-minute demand. I mean, supply, 30-minute supply. And this would be a very, very good sell-off right here. Yeah. And if we chose a more in the money put, so this is 396, so that's probably like around 39. Let's see if we can find this. I'm going to predict this is going to be like around 393 or 392 on SPY. Probably more like 392 on SPY. Let's see if we can zoom in and find that same 30. Oh, you know the irony? Look, I already have a line here. I don't know where this line was from previously. I may have to start labeling these the date and the supply. But let's go back and see how far back. Oh, this is 10. This line here, I created way back here. Wow. Interesting, this was the overnight high from yesterday. And the highs from a couple days ago on Monday, where we hit that high twice before that sell-off. All right. So clean 30-minute demand, oh God, supply formed, retested almost. And usually with 30 minutes, I think you should do like a 20 cent. So 39.04, 39, 32. Oh yeah, this is more than 20 cents, but I don't know. No, not really. They were going down, that's right. So a retest here and another test here if you didn't get in this one, and then a drop. So let's say you were extra cautious and you waited for this one. I don't even know when this one occurred. I think that second dip was up here. Let's say we waited till 12:37. 12:37 here. 41, 43, something like that. And we got as low as 200, and this would have been a good trade. Let's see if MK strategy would have worked here if we did the 5 minutes. I guess this could be argued as a 5-minute supply, although it looks pretty sloppy. Yep. Or I guess if somebody wanted to just take the break of VWAP down, they could do that too, but they would have to go in at 12:55, which is here, at about $77. But still, you could have made 100% profit there. Oh man. So this sloppy, disgusting grind upwards wasn't the way to make money, but this drop certainly was. Go figure. Go figure that the drop is where you would have made money here. Okay, market just closed, but I just wanted to show this rally that just popped up at the end. It's comparable to previous resistance that occurred before CPI was released. I mean, half of this rally occurred before the market even opened, and after they opened, this was just choppy mess that just, I don't know. The options made no sense here at all. It finally went up, but, you know, options started at 70 here and then ended at 70 here. So I just, we had a pretty hard fall. Let's go to ES. If I have to think, 3936 was the next support. I think that fell. And the next support, I don't know where that was supposed to be. It's supposed to be 3885, but it looks like we found this line. I don't even know what this one is. This I think was a trend line that I thought Adam had in his chart, um, but I changed the color because I wanted to keep it. It's not the one he had. He has something else, but I wanted to keep it. But nonetheless, it looks like 3900, just around 3905, which I think I did have a support here. I think it was actually 3906. So you know what? I might put it back. I don't know what's going on, but for the last hour, I keep hearing things drop, like water dropping from someplace or something falling on the floor. And then certainly something fell in my bathroom, but it's because the roommate didn't put her soap up properly. Oh my God. I have to ask her to leave. I can't. I couldn't say this before because she's here, but she snores. She steals the comforter. Well, I don't have a comforter, but I have like a blanket. I can like have it between my legs or covering me, and in the middle of the night she'll take it. She'll take up the entire bed. Like if this is the bed, imagine a square. She will have her head at one corner and her feet at the other corner, taking up the entire bed. She kicked me a couple times yesterday, even though I've got like maybe 10%. I'm sleeping on 10% of my bed, and she's using the rest of it. She hasn't paid rent yet, even though I told it was my fault because I said, hey, you can stay for a couple days just without paying so we can see if we vibe or we click. But I've made the mistake of bowing to her constant demands of intimacy, and that was my fault. And now she thinks she's like a live-in girlfriend, and I am not attracted to her. And I mean, she's not unattractive, but it's just not my type. And now, just the entitlement that she has, it just drives me insane. This notion, before she would ask me to drive her to work, which is not too far from here, and I'm like, one morning I said no. I haven't slept all night because of, I didn't tell her this, but because of her snoring and her selfish bed manners, I said no, go take an Uber. I mean, an Uber from here to where she works can't cost more than like $10, $15. Why do I have to get up in the morning and drive her to work and then pick her up after it? This just the arrogance, the entitlement is just mind-boggling. Anyways, what was I doing? I was putting a level here and 39. I'm gonna put it in 3908 here because we did make a nice clean demand zone here. It's just funny how I wonder if I should just from now on only trade when I see a clean demand zone form with a retest. Although this retest, is it 10 cents? No, his system's 10 cents. Mine is 20 cents. So if this is 3908 point, no, I should do it on SPY. Let's do it on SPY. Okay, formed a clean demand zone here. To think, if I didn't trade at all this morning, just waited until a clean demand, or look, here's a supply, but this didn't get retested, so I guess I wouldn't do this one. But here's a clean demand that formed, it gets retested, and let's see if it's 20 cents. That's 387.31, and this went to 387.5. I'm gonna try and line 52. So yeah, almost within 20 cents. So if I had taken this long, let's work with that. Let's just play with that. And the target would likely be like 389 or probably 388 since we're using today's expiration. Let's go with 388. Wow, dude. So if I had just waited till today, when's the retest? This is probably this is after 320. I know that. So yeah, this probably opened here and then went down. And then this one opened at 325. So let's say we waited till 325 to get in at the open of the other candle. So we got in at 52. Let's say 50. Let's say we got in at 55 because that's, or 60, because more knowing my luck, that's probably when I would get in at 60. Two options at 60, selling right here, right before the market closes. Looks like we peaked as high as $400. Wow, man. Just wow. Okay. Anyways, I just wanted to add a video here, um, trying to determine why ES bounced where it bounced, but I'm pretty sure. Sorry, I'm just getting annoyed. I'm wondering why I'm hearing these noises over here, like something's moving. Um, I'm gonna investigate it because it's driving me insane. It's an INTJ OCD thing. Um, and I have work I gotta catch up to as well. Um, is it my chair? Is it the desk? I don't know. Sorry. Okay. Enough. This video, I'm so upset. This YouTube video is gonna be a long one today, and all I did, all I did was just perform horribly, lost a crap ton of money, and it's just a crappy day altogether. So, um, yeah, I don't know. I did decide to look into trading futures, and I found out there's a mini micro that I could trade. But the problem with futures, you need to have a decent amount of money in your account already, so that counts me out already. So, yeah.